Hey everyone, welcome back to our C# tutorial series. I hope you're all doing well and are ready to dive into something really exciting today. So far, we've covered a lot of ground: arrays, lists, dictionaries, and more. These are all fundamental tools that every C# developer needs to know. But today, we're going to take things up a notch by exploring LINQ, short for Language Integrated Query. If you've ever found yourself writing complex loops to filter, sort, or transform data, then LINQ is going to be a game changer for you. LINQ allows you to query collections, like arrays, lists, and even databases, in a way that's both powerful and easy to read. It's like having SQL-like query capabilities right inside your C# code. By the end of this video, you'll understand what LINQ is, why it's so powerful, and how to use it to simplify your code. We'll walk through practical examples, starting with the basics and moving into more advanced features. I'll also challenge you with a real-world problem to solve using LINQ. So, if you're ready to take your C# skills to the next level, let's get started. Before we jump into the code, let's talk about what LINQ is and why it's such an important tool in your C# toolbox. LINQ stands for Language Integrated Query. It's a set of features in C# that allows you to query data from various sources, like arrays, lists, XML, databases, and more, using a syntax that's integrated directly into the C# language. The beauty of LINQ is that it allows you to work with different types of data in a consistent way. Whether you're querying a database or filtering a list of objects in memory, LINQ uses the same syntax and principles. Here's why LINQ is so powerful. Readability: LINQ queries are often more readable and concise than traditional loops and conditionals. Consistency: once you learn LINQ, you can apply it to many different types of data, from in-memory collections to databases. Expressiveness: LINQ makes it easy to express complex queries in a way that's clear and easy to understand. Think of LINQ as a supercharged toolkit for working with data. Instead of writing long, complex loops to find, filter, or transform data, you can often do it all in a single, elegant LINQ query. Let's start with the basics. To use LINQ, you'll need to include the system LINQ namespace at the top of your file. Now, let's look at a simple example where we filter a list of integers to find only the even numbers. Here's how you do it with a traditional loop. This code works, but it's a bit verbose. Let's see how we can achieve the same result using LINQ. In this LINQ version, we use the where method to filter the list, and the lambda expression n equals n%2 equals 0 defines the condition that each element must satisfy. The result is a new collection of even numbers, which we then iterate over and print out. Notice how much cleaner and more concise the LINQ version is compared to the traditional loop. LINQ allows you to express the intent of your code more clearly and with fewer lines. Now that we've seen a simple example, let's explore some more advanced LINQ features that allow you to perform powerful operations on your data. The select method allows you to transform each element in a collection. This is useful when you need to change the shape or format of your data. For example, let's say you have a list of names and you want to convert them all to uppercase. The order by method allows you to sort your data. Let's sort a list of integers in descending order. The group by method allows you to group elements in a collection by a specific key. For example, let's group a list of strings by their first letter. In this example, we group the words by their first letter, and then we print out each group. This is incredibly useful for categorizing or summarizing data. One of the most powerful aspects of LINQ is the ability to chain methods together to perform complex queries in a concise and readable way. Let's combine where, select, and order by to filter, transform, and sort a list of integers. Here's what's happening. Filter. We first filter the list to include only numbers that are divisible by 10. Transform. We then multiply each of those numbers by 2. Sort. Finally, we sort the resulting numbers in ascending order. The output will be This example shows how powerful LINQ can be when you start combining its methods. You can perform multiple operations in a single, fluid chain of commands, making your code both efficient and easy to read. Before we move on to the challenge, it's important to know that LINQ supports two different syntaxes, query syntax and method syntax. We've been using method syntax so far, which is more common in C# programming. However, let's quickly look at how the same query would look using query syntax. Here's the previous example using query syntax. The query syntax is more similar to SQL and can be easier to read for those who are familiar with database queries. Both syntaxes are valid, and you can use whichever one you find more comfortable or appropriate for your task. Alright, it's time for a challenge. You're given a list of students and their grades. Your task is to use LINQ to find all students who scored above 80. Sort these students by their grades in descending order. Display the student names and their grades. Here's the starting point. Try to solve this on your own using what you've learned about LINQ. Remember to think about how you can chain together different LINQ methods to achieve the desired result. And that wraps up our introduction to LINQ in C#. We've covered the basics, explored some advanced features, and even worked through a challenge together. LINQ is an incredibly powerful tool that can make your code more readable, maintainable, and expressive. Whether you're filtering data, transforming it, or querying complex collections, LINQ should be one of your go-to tools in C#. In our next video, we'll explore asynchronous programming in C#. You'll learn how to make your applications more responsive and efficient by performing tasks asynchronously. It's a crucial skill in today's world of multi-threaded, high-performance applications. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future content. And as always, if you have any questions or need further clarification, leave a comment down below. I'm here to help you out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.